Hey everybody, welcome to the CharlieB podcast. I'm your host, CharlieB. Do you ever feel like you have so much going on and you just need to breathe? Being a wife and mother can be so overwhelming and sometimes you just need a minute. Take that minute with me, CharlieB. In this space, we'll talk about marriage, motherhood, and just being a woman. How do we manage to keep it together in the midst of everything that's going on? We're women, and that's just what we do. So listen, this is that pull up to the house and sit in your car for a minute moment. We all need those. You didn't have to, but I'm so glad you decided to spend that moment with me on the CharlieB podcast. Let's jump right in. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the CharlieB podcast. My name is Charlene, better known as CharlieB, and I am so glad that you decided to join me. Tonight, we have another very special guest in honor of Lupus Awareness Month. Her name is Marisa. How do you say your last name, Marisa?
Maese.
Oh, that's easy. Marisa Maese. And we have become very good friends. This is actually a take two. I'm not even going to go into what happened the first time because I'm over it. And Marisa has so lovingly agreed to come back another night and lay down this very important conversation that we are having about lupus. So Marisa, why don't you introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
Okay. Once again, my name is Marissa, and I'm a 41-year-old mother of three. We have a 25-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and we live in Newberry Springs, California, which is a really small rural desert community in the Mojave Desert, probably about 25 minutes east of Barstow on the way to Vegas. So.
Wow. So you live in a small, one of those towns that you see on the TV and they go, meow, and the stuff is, rolling down the road.
Where you're driving down the freeway and you're like, who would want to live out here? Like, there's nothing. There really isn't anything, but, you know, it's really beautiful. We have the Newberry Mountains. Like, we can look at the desert landscape, and there's the Newberry Mountains from our living room windows. So it's
nice.
Really beautiful here. I mean, besides it being hot in the summer, like really, really, really hot.
Really hot.
Really hot. It's beautiful besides the summer months.
Okay.
I really like it here. Yeah.
So you said there's nothing around. How do you have a mall? Do you have a Walmart?
No. We have
what?
2 gas stations. No street lights, like stop lights. The nearest store is about 25 minutes away. It's a Walmart. So
oh dear Lord.
There's a gas station stores, and there's a Subway in the gas station.
Oh my goodness. So
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. But it's nice.
It's really, it's really quiet because there isn't any street lights. You can see the stars like so beautifully. Like you can see the Milky Way. You could see. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. When the storms roll in, you can see like the whole sky, and it's just beautiful. Yeah.
Really, I think I would have to see that, Marissa. Because I'm New Jersey spoiled.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so quiet. Like, well, the only thing that I don't like is, the nearest Costco is an hour away.
Oh.
So every time we want to go do something like go to Costco or go to like a good restaurant, we have to drive about an hour away. So, and all my doctors are at Loma Linda for the most part, and they're 2 hours away. So when I have an appointment, it's a 4-hour round trip plus traffic. And so it's really not cool. But other than that, like the Lord has put us in a very peaceful area. I thank the Lord for it all the time.
That's
Besides
awesome.
It being hot when it's hot. Yeah, we love it.
That's nice. We were talking the other day. We found out that we have a lot in common because we both love the Lord so much, and that just gave me so much joy. Tell us about your illness. Tell us about lupus. I find that so many people hear about lupus and don't really know the impact that it can have and does have on different people's lives. Some young, some older. But it amazes me how unknown this disease is. And why do you think that is?
Well, I really do believe that. Well, I asked one of the doctors that when I was in the hospital, I'm like, why? Because I have a particular kind of lupus called lupus vasculitis. So my lupus attacks my vascular system, my arteries, things like that. I have vasculitis in my heart, and in my major arteries and in my legs. It's caused irreparable damage in my legs. And when I was in the hospital, we were asking the doctors, like, well, what are you going to do? Like, what are we going to, like, what's my prognosis? Like, what's the treatment? And really, there's not enough funding for lupus in general. It's starting to get better, but the clinical studies for that lupus that attacks the vascular system, like, it's like hardly anything. I mean, like, they told me, like, there's not enough research for your particular type of lupus that attacks the vascular system. And so basically they have to treat me as though I have vasculitis, but my vasculitis is driven by my lupus symptoms and by lupus activity. So, you know, I had to start out, it's like they throw the kitchen sink at me. And I've been on Rituxan infusions, and then I just got done with chemo with Cytoxan infusions. And so, yeah, it's kind of like,
you're speaking a language I don't even understand some of the things that you're saying. Because it's just amazing to me. So you're the second person I spoke to, and they said they had chemotherapy for lupus. But I'm sorry, and I could probably Google this. What is vasculitis?
So vasculitis is basically a broad term that refers to inflammation of the blood vessels. So there's different types of vasculitis. There's like, I can't remember how many, but there's a large amount of types of vasculitis, because the vasculitis will attack certain parts of your vascular system or blood vessels. Okay. So mine attacks I have large vessel vasculitis. So it is my aorta, the descending arches in my heart, and all my major arteries. And then I also have vasculitis in my legs that affects the medium and small, like micro. So, but it's all driven by lupus. Like
that's what I wanted to get at. Lupus. This is all because of lupus.
Yeah, you can have vasculitis and not have lupus, and you can have lupus and not vasculitis. Okay. But for whatever reason, I don't know what I had first. Right. The damage from vasculitis is really extensive because it wasn't caught till like way, way, way late on, because I needed a PET scan to pick it up for me. Like, they do tests just like they do for lupus, your ANA panels and your antibodies and autoantibodies and stuff like that. They do tests for vasculitis. They did CT scans and blood work, and for whatever reason, it wasn't showing up on that, and so they didn't understand what was going on. Why was my body doing this? Right. And then it took a vasculitis specialist to be like, well, let's give her a PET scan, because sometimes the inflammation in the blood vessels will show up in a PET scan. And sure enough, it showed up in my heart and in my arteries and stuff like that. So.
Wow. Okay. How long have you had lupus?
I was diagnosed in 2020. And it feels like I went downhill really fast. But I think it kind of feels like that because I've been sick for a while, and they just didn't know what was going on with me. Like, lupus started attacking my reproductive system first. Right. So I had all kinds of reproductive problems, and then fibroids, and my uterus was enlarged, and then I had a half a hysterectomy, and I had horrible, like, painful pregnancies. I had high-risk pregnancies. My last two was on bed rest. My last pregnancy the entire time. And then it attacked my GI system, and it's calmed down for a while, which I'm thankful for. I can praise God. Like, my GI symptoms have alleviated a lot. I control a lot of that with my diet and just eating an anti-inflammatory diet and just staying away from the foods that cause flare-ups. But, so it feels like I went downhill really fast, but it's kind of been like over the years. And then I got really, really sick. Like after I was diagnosed, it just kind of flared up. I was in a huge flare. And I think that's probably what it's just got really bad really fast.
Right.
I know some people can have lupus and they have, nobody that has lupus goes unscathed. Like, I mean, like they will suffer fatigue and joint pain and they don't go unscathed. But everybody's lupus is different. Like lupus attacks everybody's body differently, that's what makes it so like hard to diagnose and to treat because
it is complicated.
It's so complicated because they throw something at me that works for some people and it doesn't work for me.
Right.
Or what works for me hasn't worked for it. Every case is different. You can't just throw, things at them. And so it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So for the listeners, you are not mobile.
No.
Do your legs work at all?
I can move them. Like I can move them, but I cannot stand on them. So I can stand for long enough for me to pull myself. I have to use bars.
Okay.
Or something, or someone has to help pull me up.
Okay.
And I can stand for just a little bit, like to pull up pants or pull up my shorts or whatever. I don't get dressed. Like I have to get dressed on the bed, but I'm talking about like when I use the restroom, I can transfer to the toilet. That's the only time I like stand. And then I can only stand for a little bit. I can't take a step or else my legs will hurt and they'll give out. They're just weak and it hurts so bad.
That's what I was going to ask. How so you have feeling in your legs, you're just not able to use them.
I have burning pain in my legs, like all day, 24/7, all the time.
Marisa.
So I have to take, like 2 different kinds of nerve pain medication, and I
Jesus.
Yeah, that's really difficult. So, like, there are times when, the circulation in my legs has gotten better. I was at risk for amputation, like, last year.
For both your legs?
My right leg. My right leg was at risk for amputation because it's worse than my left. My left is not great at all either. Because I have the symptoms of someone that has, like, peripheral arterial disease, like it's bad, like the circulation, and my foot and like below the knee, that's where it starts. But my foot would be blue, purple, all that kind of stuff. And but the Lord, I can't attribute it to anything else. I was on Rituxan infusions and I had all kinds of other medications for probably about a year. And thank God, I don't know. Maybe some of that medication worked for my leg, because it didn't work for my heart, but it worked for my legs, and I'm no longer at risk for amputation. Like the circulation is not good,
right?
It's not good, but it's not. I'm not in the danger zone anymore.
Okay.
So I have enough circulation to keep my foot like flowing with. I don't even know the correct.
Right, and that's okay. Listen, that's all right. So it's a possibility that you may be able to walk again.
Yeah, that's what I would hope for. My neurologist and physical therapy, with extensive physical therapy, I may be able to walk again. So I was.
We claim it in Jesus' name. We claim it in Jesus' name.
I was in physical therapy for about 6 months, and it was helping with getting some strength back in my ankles and in my legs. But then I started chemotherapy and I had to stop. So I hope to start up back soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you had to start the chemotherapy because of the heart. The problem was causing with your heart.
Because I still have the widespread inflammation of my blood vessels, like in my arteries. So it needs to be treated. So it wasn't stopping with all the other things like the Rituxan infusion, the steroids. I've tried different kinds of steroids. I've tried that's the same thing. I'm forgetting what it is. I've tried like Cellcept and they're like
so many
immunosuppressants.
Okay.
I've tried so many different immunosuppressants. I've injected myself with methotrexate. There's just lots of stuff. It didn't do anything. It didn't decrease what was going on in like the cellular level, the inflammation in my blood vessels.
Right.
So they needed to treat that.
Right.
And so that's why I started chemo.
Did the chemo help?
I had a PET scan recently, but I need to discuss my results with my rheumatologist in June. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Wow. That's a lot. So before lupus came, or before you were diagnosed with lupus, what other issues did you have? Like you're 41 now.
Uh-huh.
So in your 30s, did you have any illnesses that would have led up to?
No, well, my cousin has lupus.
Okay.
And so I know it's in my family. And I think my grandmother had lupus, but nobody knew.
Right.
I remember always seeing the butterfly rash on her face. And I've always had that. See, I've always had that. So, and we always thought it was like some kind of like, I just had rosy cheeks. And then
I see it in your...
Yeah. I've always had it. And I remember, I used to play soccer in high school, and I remember always being so tired, and nobody else was as tired as me.
Right.
So there were little things. I've always had really bad, like circulation in my legs. I've had really bad varicose veins and just different things. And so I don't know. Like sometimes I think maybe I've had it all along.
Right. That's what I was thinking that. Because Marissa, the thing is this is what I wish that I could like go on a mountaintop and shout it out. Why is it ignored for so long?
Yeah.
Where are the people that are screaming, this could be lupus, let's test for lupus, like right away? Like
I know.
Everybody that I've talked to said that they went through this, I'm going to call it this depressing phase of, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I know something's going on.
Right. Yeah.
Because if it was, and I am not taking anything away from cancer patients in the name of Jesus, God knows I'm not. But if it was cancer, they would be able to do a test and see a lump or see a dot, and then they would say, oh my gosh, you have cancer. Let's do this. But with lupus, there's nothing that they say, oh, you're this, and you're this. Let's check for lupus.
Yeah.
And with so many people now coming out saying, I have lupus, you would think that it would be more prevalent in the doctors, like, okay, you're fatigued, okay, you're this, okay, you're that. Oh, let's do the A&A and let's check for lupus. Like, but that's not what they're doing. What is going on? I'm so frustrated. I feel like I could just scream. It's so frustrating.
Well, my last pregnancy, I remember I was in so much pain, and it was probably because I was in a flare-up that entire time.
Right.
My legs were hurting so bad, and I remember that's probably what happened to my legs. They think maybe I had a really huge flare-up with the vasculitis and the lupus, and it did extensive damage. It's residual damage now. Oh. I don't have as much inflammation in my legs anymore, but it's residual damage that can't be reversed.
Right.
And so, like, they think maybe I kind of had something like that. That's the only thing that we can think of. But I think it was during my pregnancy with Zephaniah, which was, he's 5. And
first of all, Zephaniah. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Okay, so that name. So we were told we couldn't have any more kids because I had all these reproductive problems. We had miscarriages, and I was bleeding all the time with fibroids.
Okay, I'm going to need a tissue. It's clear that I'm going to need tissue.
Finally, what did you say again?
I said I'm going to need a tissue.
I was like, oh, you got issues. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh. I'm about to start crying. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
go ahead.
They told me I couldn't have any more babies, and I should get a hysterectomy. And I was like, I was like I think I was 32 when they told me I should have a hysterectomy. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. And then I just kept going on with these problems with the fibroids and pain. And then my husband was just praying for a boy, and I got so upset because I was like, I can't have kids. Like, it was, why are you doing this? And it was hurtful. And then one day I was in so much pain. Oh my gosh, I was in so much pain. And he's like, why don't you take a pregnancy test? I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? And it's been, I mean, our daughter is 13. There's a huge difference.
Right.
So she was like, I don't know how old she was when I got pregnant, but I'm like, okay, so I took the test just to entertain him.
Right.
Because seriously, like, I didn't think I was pregnant.
Right.
And it came back positive. And we were living in an RV. Okay, so during seminary, we sold everything and we moved into an RV. Okay, so we're living in this RV.
Oh, you guys are so cool. Are you kidding me?
I was like, I took it in the bathroom and he was outside, like, gardening or something. And then I didn't want to show him. And I left it in the bathroom and I came and I sat on the couch and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And he came in and he's like, so what did it say? I'm like, go look at it. He's like, you know what? Like, just go. And so he looked at it and he's like, so happy. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I was really scary. I was really scared.
Yeah.
I was scared.
I'm sure.
I was really
terrified.
Scared. I was like, I was scared I was going to have another painful pregnancy.
Yeah.
I was, you know, in my late 30s. I was 37, I think, or 36.
Yeah.
And we were in this RV and I was really scared. And I said, if we have a boy, you can name the baby. But if we have a girl, I'm going to name the baby.
Right.
And I was going to name her Amelia after my grandmother. And so we didn't find out the sex of the baby the whole time. And when I was in labor and I gave birth, he came out and he wasn't breathing. And I remember, like, just my heart dropping, and my husband was looking at me, and they got him breathing again, and he said, it's a boy.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. So
God.
he got to name him Zephaniah. I wasn't happy with it at first. I was like, why did you name him Zephaniah? It means Yahweh hides.
Yes.
He hides, like in the cleft, like hiding Moses in the cleft of the rock, how he hides us. We're in Christ. Like, we're in, and he hid our
There's
little
no
Zephaniah
better place. Oh.
Yeah, he hid our little Zephaniah because they told us that his life was not viable because I was having so much, the whole time it was just, they told us he would probably not survive.
Oh.
And God. He did. And here he is.
Oh.
Our little boy.
I love it. Listen, God is he is so amazing.
Yeah.
And he allowed you to have a good, I mean, it might have been a rough pregnancy, but a healthy baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure he's beautiful and wonderful.
Yeah.
And he's 5 now, right?
He's 5, yeah.
And then, even when all that was going on, I believe that lupus was flaring up in your life.
Oh, yeah, it was because I wasn't and then I was diagnosed in 2020. So I had him in 2018, and then I was diagnosed in 2020. He's only known as sick mom. Like, he's only known as sick mom.
Right.
And I didn't know what was going on with me. I had no idea. I thought I had the flu, and I thought I had COVID maybe because it was around COVID.
Right.
And so I was taking all these, like, elderberry and vitamin C and extra, you know, all this, and it was just flaring me up even more. Oh. And so I was, oh man. Jeez. It was so bad.
So many thoughts are going through my mind right now. Everything happens for a reason. God has a plan. He knows what he's doing. And he doesn't make any mistakes. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if the doctors were more diligent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were more diligent things, because Chili was saying this during her interview. She trusted her doctor. He said, you need to lose weight. So I trusted my doctor. But it took her doctor to go on vacation until another doctor came along and said, you know what, honey, I think you might have lupus.
Yeah.
So her doctor's out on vacation who never took out the time to even look into it. And this other doctor who just meets her looks at her and says, I think you might have lupus. Almost the same exact thing with Audrey, where her doctor at CHOP was literally saying, sometimes kids exaggerate. And I said, get out.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see you again. Get out. Because this child is sick. She's been back and forth to the ER, back and forth to the doctors. Sometimes kids exaggerate. And my pastor is the one that said, you need to take her to an adult doctor. She has adult problems. You need to take her to an adult doctor. And I took her to my sister's rheumatologist. When Dr. Kelly walked in the room, it was like the Lord told her. She knew right away. It was amazing. But if after all this time we were going through back and forth, up and down, in and out, we were going berserko.
Yeah, yeah.
If the doctors had just taken the time to really listen.
Right. Yeah, it took me coming out here to Newberry, where there's like nothing, and not having our insurance, over here yet, for me to go to a clinic and the doctor there be like, because I had a lymph node. My lymph node was swollen up. And I'm telling her all my symptoms. I felt like my muscles were on fire. I felt like I had the flu. My lymph node was swollen. I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't eat anything. I was throwing everything up. Like, I lost so much weight. And she's like, she started asking me my family history.
Yeah.
Did anybody in your family have lupus or
Yep.
autoimmune disease? And I said, yeah. They do. And she's like, I'm going to give you an ANA panel. I'm going to run every panel I have on you.
Thank you.
I've never seen her ever. It was a clinic just random doctor. And I had so many specialists when I was pregnant with Zephaniah because of all the complications I had. Oh, I also have Sjogren's, which is an autoimmune disease that attacks the salivary glands, like in your mouth and and the tear ducts in your eyes. And what happens is, if your Sjogren's is flaring up, which everything was flaring up in my body, and you can get like clogged parotid glands. Your parotid gland can get clogged, and it could also be travel to your lymph node, and it can cause cancer. It can cause lymphoma.
Jesus, Marissa.
So when I went, she's like, "Oh no, it's just a clogged parotid gland or whatever, and just put heat packs on it, and it'll go down." So that's what happened.
Okay.
And nothing ever happened with that. So I have my lymph node right now showed up on my PET scan. Like that there's activity going on in there, my PET scan. So that's something we just need to discuss with further. So I'll be discussing further in June. Yeah.
I just want to be able to do something. And I guess you have to start here. We have to start here and just talk about it more.
Right.
Because it's like, and again, I have a sister who's a 3-time cancer survivor. My grandmother died from breast cancer. I have an aunt. My dad's mother and my dad's sister died from breast cancer. My godmother, my niece died from leukemia. I have the utmost respect for cancer, but what I'm saying is, because it's not cancer, it's like, oh, it's just lupus. It's like the disease almost. And what it does to your body, to your mental, to your physical, it just breaks you down almost.
The mental struggle is, I would say that's the hardest part for me. Like, people think that when I need prayer or whatever, that's going to be about, that I want to walk or that I want to be healed or whatever. Like, yeah, that'd be great. But it's the mental battle that I go through every day. Like I want my soul to rest in the Lord and to trust in the Lord. And if if I can have more of him, if I could just see that he is everything that I need, then no matter what happens, like, I'll be able to handle it because he's with me, and that's my biggest prayer. But my mental struggle, it's insane. Like, I used to keep it all to myself. I used to struggle with thoughts of suicide, and I've had, Ray have to like intervene, and I struggle with depression, and but the Lord is so gracious to me because he never allowed. I remember I received counsel, and the woman that counsels me through this, who has counseled me through it, helped me get to the point where I'm at right now. She gave me this visual of, we're running a race.
Yeah.
We're running a race, and we all want to hear well done, good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
Do you want to, end your life and wake up with that, like, what is Jesus going to say when I reach the finish line? Like, I didn't finish my race. Like, I put myself there, like, I want to wake up. The next thing I see when I close my eyes, I want to see Jesus, and I want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
Like, and I empathize with people who struggle with that because I'm a believer. I love the Lord.
Yeah.
My life is good. He's blessed me. But there are times when I just want to go away. I don't want to deal with this anymore. The pain of it, the struggle, all those things, it's real, But the Lord always reaches in and is like, no, you can't give up. You have to fight. Even when I'm like, I don't want to fight anymore. He'll send somebody, he'll do something, or he'll bring something to my mind. He doesn't let me fall. He won't let me fall. Mm-hmm. And so I empathize with people who have lost loved ones to suicide, and people who struggle with suicide, because, I know what that's like.
Right.
I know what it's like.
Right.
But God is gracious to me. He's been so good to me. So good to me.
I'm probably not supposed to be crying because I'm supposed to probably be strong for you, but sorry, I'm not. Marissa, you are something else. I cannot even explain to you how much I appreciate you sharing that with me, because depression is real. Mm-hmm. And we don't talk about that enough either. And there are things in our lives that cause us to be depressed. You have a legitimate reason to be depressed, and you choose to carry on and trust God. Mm-hmm. And there are days, I'm sure, that you have to fight the feeling of depression, right?
I do, yeah.
My daughter was on a medication that one of the side effects was thoughts of suicide. Mm-hmm. So, my husband and I would talk to her, and I would check on her at night. So, and thank God she's saved. She has her own relationship with God. Thank God. Right? But I went through my own thing worrying about her because she's so young, right? And she struggled so much, and she would be in so much pain. And she would say things like, is this what my purpose is? Yeah. So thank God that we know the Lord, and, we can pray and trust. It's hard for me to explain. We can trust God to carry all of us through, We trust God that he is so good and he's so mighty and he knows the plan. And if we just trust his plan, he will carry us through.
Right.
And when they told us that the medication, the treatment that she was on would cause thoughts of suicide, I went through my own thing where I would wake up in the middle of the night and just go in her room and check on her. And I would be at work and just, because she's homeschooled, so I'm like, let me check on her. So now I'm going nuts in my mind. You know what I mean? Like, I just want her to be okay. So with lupus awareness, even though I don't have it, as the mom with a child, we go through things too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you said you struggled, she did. I think I struggled more mentally with that than her. And I tell you, when I prayed and said, Lord, I can't continue to go through this. I need you to take this off of me. Like, this is your child that you lent to me. I'm going nuts. I'm going nuts. And I'm driving her nuts. Because I keep saying, you good? You all right? What you thinking? Are you all right? Yeah. You going to be... Tell mommy what you think. And she's like, Mom, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, did you have any... Like... So I legit had to go, okay, Charlene, this is not... God has not given us the spirit of fear. Oh, thank you, Jesus. God has not given me the spirit of fear.
Yeah.
And I can get through this. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm making it worse for her because I'm carrying it this way. And when I gave it to him, oh my goodness, it was almost like receiving salvation all over again. Because it was so heavy, and nobody could understand. Right? It was so heavy, and it was a fight. It was a spiritual warfare. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, and the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So I was always in the Word, like, Lord, I need you to help me through this. And so me and my husband had a talk with her, and what we tell her when she would get down was, just remember it's the medication. It's not you, it's the medication. And if you can get past understanding that it's the medication, we're talking to a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what girls go through already as teenage girls, they go through now. And then we had to pull her out of school, so she was no longer with her friends, and it was just a whole situation. And you know, the funny thing is, Marissa, that's my first time ever sharing that. I'm just realizing it's my first time ever sharing that, and I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful for you and you sharing your story and your testimony. I'm grateful for this season because it's showing me deeper that there is work to be done. And for so long, I didn't know what my purpose was. And now I'm starting to realize what it is. I'm starting to realize what it is.
Yeah, I struggled. I mean, like your daughter said, you know, is this my purpose? Like I've said that so many times. Like, what is my? I mean, like I used to be, you know, I love cooking. I loved spending hours in the kitchen making like authentic Mexican sauces and, you know, meat and tamales and, you know, all this stuff. And just I loved to serve my family that way.
Yeah.
That was the way. I just loved to cook and to feed them. And I like to teach my oldest daughter about her culture through food, and and I wanted to do that with Faith, who's our 13-year-old. And it's like she's known me as she's known two sides, two lives.
Right.
She's seen me where I was active and then I got sick.
Yeah.
And now I can't even, my husband makes all the meals. He does everything. Right. I help a little bit with what I can do.
Right.
And sometimes I say, can I help you in the kitchen? And I'll just sit at the table and like pop stuff.
Right.
Or if people come over, and like we have some friends who come over sometimes and spend like the weekend with us, and I'll help prep things at the table. But I'm not the one who's preparing the meals anymore. I'm not the one cleaning the house. Oh my goodness. Talk about like obsession. Like, I would not sleep unless my house was clean, unless things are all neat, and the floorboards and all this stuff. And just like nobody's looking at those things. I'm like, I stare at them. I want them
all
to be
the time. Nobody can see that. Yes, I can.
Yes, but now I'm telling you, all the floorboards in my house are dirty because my husband takes care of us. He takes care of the family, and then he's also a full-time pastor. So he cleans when he can, and there are things that are more important. He keeps the kitchen clean. He does all he does everything.
God bless him.
And so I'm like, I don't want to complain. I'm like, I look at the floorboards. I'm like, you know what? I have to die to it. I have to die to it. Like, sometimes it kills me. The dust. I'm like, I have to die to it because I can't even. Goodness. Me. I'm telling you, like, the Lord prescribed this for me.
Yeah.
Because I've had to learn how to still have joy looking at
glory.
my dirty floor.
You said the Lord prescribed this for me. Do you know do you know what kind of walk you have to have with God to even be able to say such a thing as that?
He has really,
His grace is sufficient.
I'm telling you, like, he has changed me into a woman that is affectionate, that loves to just talk to her husband. I never, ever used to love to be affectionate. That was never my jam. I don't like public displays of it. I don't like any. Don't touch me.
Wait,
I'm like a cat.
You look like such a sweet little kind and.
I'm like, okay, I want affection, and that's enough. Okay, you can go now. I don't want you to. I just no. But now I'm like, I just want to hug him. Like he used to come up and try to dance with me in the kitchen, and I'd be like, okay, just a little
back
bit.
up off me, bro.
But like now, I'm like, I just want to hug him. I want to kiss him. I want to tell him how much I love him, how much I appreciate him. I never used to be like that. Ever, ever, ever. The Lord took away my means of. He took away all the hardness.
This stony heart.
There's still stuff there. There's still stuff there that he's working on. He needs to smooth out, but he's changed me through this. Like this illness, like my illness has changed me. Even my oldest daughter, like I'm a different mother. Like the kind of mother that I was to her, I was very hard and just a hard type of love.
Right.
She's like, you're so different. You're different now. And it's because of Christ.
Thank you, Jesus.
Him softening me. But he's used this to do it, And so...
For his glory. It's for his glory.
I wish it wasn't this way. Honestly, I can't tell you how much, like, in this season, I tell Ray, like, I wish I wasn't sick. I wish I wasn't sick. You can't plan a vacation around, like, being disabled, being someone who's disabled.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot plan a vacation and book a room easily. It takes forever. And there's only a certain amount of rooms, and they get booked, or you have to worry about wherever you go.
Yeah.
Will I fit? Will I fit through the doorway? Like there's been times I've been invited to a party and I could not fit through the bathroom door.
Wow.
So I had to use their private bedroom and be in their space, and I barely could fit. Ray had to pick me up and help me get to the toilet. Like there's always something. Being in a wheelchair, being disabled, there are things that I never even realized.
Right.
Like, I never even realized that weren't accessible. And now I'm like, that's everything to me now.
Right.
So it's just lupus has taken a lot for me, but
lupus is mean.
Lupus is you know what? Lupus, okay, so last year I was really active in Lupus Awareness Month. But for this year, I'm like, I hate lupus so much. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it, but I'm like, I have to. I have to talk about it.
We have to.
Because it needs to be brought into the light, because we suffer, and you can't even see it. People look at me and, because I was under 100 pounds when I was first in my wheelchair. And now I've gained a little bit of weight. I've put on 20 pounds since then. And people look at me and they're like, oh, you look so healthy now. And I'm like, okay, all right, I look healthy. I guess I'd rather, do I want to look decrepit on the outside? Probably not. But, it's hard. It's just a really hard thing.
It's the same thing. I'm telling you. And I can only go back to Audrey, because she's like, it's not that I want to look sick, but because I look fine, people automatically think, oh, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, you're better now.
Yeah.
Lupus is, I'm not gonna, it's not like I've broken my leg and it takes, this amount of weeks for me to get better and I'm gonna be back to normal. No, I'm always gonna have lupus. I'm gonna be in and out of flares. I'm gonna have, this or that, and I don't even know.
Right.
I haven't been in the hospital I haven't been hospitalized for a year, and I'm thinking oh my gosh, it's been a year since I've been hospitalized, and it's weird. I'm I hope I don't have to go back, but I probably will.
And that's another part of the mental. You're like, okay, I feel good. What's going to happen now? How long is this going to last? And then if I go here, should I go or should I not go?
Yeah, you have to save your, I'm okay, if I save my energy for Sunday. My whole goal is I want to go to church on Sunday. So if I do something on Saturday, I'm I better go rest, because I want to make sure I go to church on Sunday. And everything costs something.
Right.
Me going somewhere, me doing something, it all, even for me, eating at the dinner table, getting out of bed and wheeling myself to the dinner table. Everybody gets excited because they're like, Mom's here eating with us. And that's a goal for me, because sometimes I can't get out of bed.
Right.
So it's everything costs something. And I may be able to sit there for a little bit and I'm talking, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I gotta go lay down.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Peace out. We got what are those? I want to call it a Wii, but it's a Switch, so that we can do stuff as a family, and I can still be on the couch and play the games together, Super Mario Brothers or whatever. And even those games tire me out sometimes, but I'm that's what we have, so that we can do things as a family. And our family outings are really special because I get to do them, and they're not very common.
Wow. I just, even listening to you is just so encouraging. It really is. Your husband is amazing.
He is. He's always been this way. We met each other when we were 14. And I don't know if you remember 112, the group 112. And it was Cupid doesn't lie.
No, 112.
Did you listen to R&B in the 90s at all?
Oh yeah. Oh well, I didn't get saved. I got saved in 95. After that, I don't know too much.
Right.
So
well, anyway, he used to sing to me these songs, and I sounded horrible because I don't have a like this. But he used to sing to me and write me poems, and I remember okay, so I wasn't into that. I wasn't into that.
You do not seem like a hardcore chick. You seem so sweet.
And anyways, the Lord brought us back together. We were teenage parents. We had our first child in high school, and he's amazing. He's amazing.
I can tell. He takes such good care of you.
He takes excellent care of me. it's his joy to serve me. Like, seriously, like, he does little things. Like, if I'm kind of if I'm having a bad day and he knows it, he'll think of something to cook for me or bake for me. Like, last time it was, like, chocolate chips. I don't eat dairy and I don't eat gluten. So he'll bake me, like, banana, gluten-free chocolate chip, muffins. Or,
come on.
Make me a special cold brew.
You better go. That's a gift from, he's what you call a gift from God.
He is a gift from God. I thank God for him every day. I seriously do. I seriously do.
Wait,
I love him
did you
so
tell
much.
me how long you've been married? How long have you been married?
It'll be 22 years in June.
Wow, y'all been at it for a minute.
Yeah.
22 years in June what?
June 23rd.
Okay, we're 19 years in June 19th.
Oh, okay.
June 19th. Yeah, will be 19 years. And the funny thing, you mentioned you bought an RV. My dream is to go RVing.
My dream was to go on the missions field. I wanted to go on the missions field. This is before I got sick.
Right.
So and he was in seminary, and we wanted to put ourselves in the best position possible financially, so that if the Lord brought us to a church and he were to pastor a church, we wouldn't be a huge burden on a church, because we had all these bills to pay. Yeah. And then when on the mission field, we can't have any debt. So that was our aim, and we sold everything. We sold like 90% of our belongings, and we bought this RV, and we gutted it, and we made it into like a little apartment, I guess. It was me and my husband and our daughter, our 13-year-old daughter, because our oldest daughter has moved out already. And so we're gonna do that. But I can't remember how old she was. I don't know, I want to say like 7 or something. She was still small. And it was so hard. It was so hard. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Like, it was like, I was like, okay, I did this to myself. Like, what did this to myself? And it was hard. It's hard. I think it was our RV is 28 feet12 with a 12-foot pop out, tiny little bathroom. And you have to learn how to live tiny. Like, you only have the necessities in there.
But I've seen some that look like houses.
They're like, I know, but they cost like a house. The nice ones, the huge ones, they're like a house. They're like over $100,000. But I mean, the nice ones I'm guessing will be fun. But the bathrooms are really small, and you have to dump, the black tank and the sewage and blah blah.
Wait,
blah.
what?
Yes. Okay. You have a tank. I mean, you go to the bathroom in there, and there's a gray tank and a black tank. So the gray tank is for like water, like, and the black tank is your sewage, and it has to get dumped. So you have to get like
oh, never mind. I'm good.
A thing, yeah, and you have to go. It's like a long, what is it? I can't, like a tube thing. And I never did it. Praise God, Ray always did it. And you put it in the ground in the dump site, and you have to let it go out. You release it. You have to release it. So there's things about RVing that are not fun.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No. I can't get this certain picture out of my head right now. No. I can you. No. No.
Yeah. And those big ones, those nice big ones, someone's going to have to learn how to drive that thing.
George is a truck driver.
Oh, okay, then he could drive it.
I would say, what I said to him, let's rent one for the weekend. And I even tried to rent one for the 3rd. And he's like, sure, stop, because I'm not doing this with you. And I'm like, George, let's just go on an adventure. He's like...
Yeah, it's going to be an adventure.
So
some people have really good experiences.
He paid me no mind.
But there's a side of RVing that is just really hard. But it's beautiful too. Oh, it was so beautiful. Like okay, in a storm, you don't know what it's like to be in the middle of a storm in an RV. It sounds scary, but it's beautiful. You can hear the rain falling on the roof. You could see like what's going on inside the clouds, because you're just like, it's hitting you at you. We were parked up on a hill in a city called Acton, and we had this beautiful view. I mean, you could see everything. I mean, there is so much like really, really cool things about an RV.
Beside the waste part, I can't do the waste part because, well, first of all, I wouldn't do it. No way. That's why I have a George. My husband is, let me tell you something. You have a Ray and I have a George. George is a jack of all trades and a master of many. He can do, he can do anything. And people used to laugh at me, and I'm like, no, I'm serious. My husband can do anything. One time our air broke. All of a sudden, the air just broke in the house. It was August, and it was so hot. And I'm like, you ever see the cartoon like George? And then he goes, yes, Martha. And she goes, and he's like, yes, Martha. So I'm at George. He went out back, took what's the thing called out back where the air, the fan, whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, that big thing.
The big thing, took it apart, found what blew, and he was like, this is what we need to order. And I was looking at him like, where did you even get that from? He said, I took it apart. So my husband is like, he's this rough, I call him rugged. He's like this rough guy. So he's like, I took it apart. What you think? So I need you to go online and order one of these. And I'm like looking at him like, how did you take it apart? He took it apart, took out the piece. We went to Sears, picked up the new part. George put it in, and our air came back on. Like, George can fix anything. I'm telling you, our washing machine broke. He took it apart. George is a truck driver. If his truck breaks down on the road, he goes to YouTube. He's like, all right, I'm gonna have to call you back because I gotta go see what's wrong with my truck. And next thing you know, he's calling me back. Yeah, it was the radiator, and I had to tighten up such. And I'm like, who are you, sir? Like, I'm telling you. So if we did go RVing, like they said, if you were stuck on an island,
something went wrong, he would figure it out.
Please! If I was stuck on an island, I would have to be stuck with George because we're gonna have a house built. We're gonna have food. We're gonna be all right. I got the right one because I got George, so I'm good. Yeah, I'm blessed. You got your Ray and I got my George. Yeah. So I think what we said was he promised that on our 20th anniversary we would rent an RV and we'll go on a trip.
All right.
But he thinks that I'm going to change my mind by next year.
We'll see.
We shall see. I'm going to tell him about your adventure and we'll see. Yeah. So tell me, how are you feeling with everything that's going on, and what do you think is coming up next for you?
Well, my treatment basically, my last round of chemo, the cytoxin, was supposed to suppress my immune system to the point where it was supposed to do something significant. I've had 3 PET scans because over the course of the past years, I've been being, just had things thrown at me, and the medications didn't do what they were supposed to. So I'm waiting on my next PET scan results. I've seen them, but I need to discuss them with my rheumatologist.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm on a maintenance program right now, just to see, hopefully, that things don't get worse. That's a praise that things haven't gotten worse.
Yes, thank God.
So, I mean, I have lots of other things coming up with specialists and things like that. But that's kind of like the lupus way, it's like we're kind of like always in a limbo state,
Yeah.
waiting on the next doctor appointment, or whether this worked or that worked, or
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's going on with me right now.
What do you think can change about the acknowledgement of it? A doctor doing all the tests right away, saying, let's make sure you don't have this, or let's make sure you don't have that.
I really don't know. I just know that it seems like there's being more money given to lupus research. I've seen that lately. And I think it's just going to it's going to be more research, because, and for the doctors to be trained in recognizing it. And it's hard. Rheumatologists have a really hard job, but the primary care physicians are the ones who have to catch it, because we're going to them first.
Right.
We're like, something's wrong. They're going to have to learn how to see it and know how to test it and refer out to the rheumatologist. And it's just...
There you go. I think that's it.
Yeah.
The doctors being more responsible. One thing that it hurts is when a doctor says, I don't know. But when they say, you know what, I don't know what's going on, but let's do this.
Right.
I don't know what's going on, but why don't you, I'm going to send you to this doctor.
Yes.
Right?
And that's what it takes. That's what it takes. That was my first rheumatologist. After a little while, after my lupus wasn't responding to treatment and stuff like that, he was like, you know what? I think there's something else going on here, and I just want to make sure. I need you to get a second opinion on this. And he referred me out.
Thank you, doctor.
That was me getting to Loma Linda. It took a long time for me to get there, and it took almost a year for me to get in. But I'm in, and I've been there for a while now. And I mean, I still get a lot of we don't know.
Right.
Because I have so many things going on with me. I mean, I have another disease called Maese-Her syndrome. I have a stent in my iliac vein, and I have other things going on with that. So it's like, because I have vasculitis, it puts me at a really high risk for in-stent restenosis, so for the stent to fail, because it's in my artery or my iliac vein, and I have inflammation of my blood vessels in my veins. So
Marisa.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
God.
Like, so I have a lot of things going on with me, and it's just staying on top of it. We have to be on top of our own health.
Yes.
Constantly on top of it.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
And become good at recognizing our bodies and knowing what things are and how they work and terminology, and you have to take care of yourself. And
it's true.
I am so thankful for you for taking care of people, because I see my husband and he is so tired. He is so tired.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'll do it. Like, you know, and it's just the Lord.
He gives me the strength
people to be caretakers.
Right.
And caregivers and people that hold other people up. And he does give you the strength.
Yeah.
And it's, I look at you and I'm like, I can't even imagine, like I'm sick but it's always me.
Right.
I don't know what the other perspective is looking at me, what that does.
Right.
To my husband, what that does to my children.
Right.
You're the one who sees it.
Yeah.
What does that, like you were saying, it was hurting you so much looking at your doctor going through this stuff and the medication, and it's just like, suffering doesn't happen in a vacuum. I mean, it's like, I feel like it but it sucks everyone else in, you know what I mean, in the family.
Right.
Because everybody is suffering along with the person who's suffering.
It's true.
It's like a toll on the family.
But just like God gave you the strength to go through what you're going through, he gave your husband the strength to go through what he's going through. And he gives your children the strength.
He is so good. And just trusting that this is exactly where he wants me to be. Because I question, I'm like, what? Sometimes I question, like, what am I supposed to do when I can't? But I think sometimes it's just that he wants me to glorify him and treat my family with love and with kindness when I'm suffering, because that is really, really hard. It's really, really hard to be kind and to be loving when you're hurting and when you're in pain.
Right.
And to give a kind response when, you know, Zephaniah is being super loud and coming in here and I have a migraine and, you know, like, am I still going to be affectionate? Am I still going to be tender? Those are not qualities that I would say I used to possess.
Right.
Not a 10% at all. But now I can say, like, the Lord has given me the strength.
Yes.
To find, you know, in my suffering. And so, you know, this is what he's called me to. He's ordered my days, and I can't challenge that, you know? And so it's, what am I going to do? How am I going to love you? How am I going to serve you? How am I going to glorify you?
And we choose every day to be the light.
Right.
And everybody's light shines differently. But as long as that light does not go out, sometimes our light gets dim.
Yeah.
But don't let it go out.
Yeah.
Don't let it go out. And don't ever think that because you can't do what you used to do, you're still not relevant. Because your story has given me the strength that I need to continue to go through as Audrey's mom. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your story. We're going to get loud about lupus.
Yeah.
Oh, I should put that on a t-shirt. We're going to get loud about lupus. People need to know.
They do. They need to get diagnosed sooner so that the damage is not done. Like, that's the problem. We get diagnosed too late.
Yeah. Get loud about lupus. Yeah. Any closing remarks?
Thank you. Thank you for, you know, interviewing me and talking about lupus, and for the love you share to the lupus community and your daughter. And I'm just thankful.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have gone off and had our own conversations. I forgot we had an audience tonight. But listen, if you're just tuning in, or if you're new to the show, thank you so much for joining us. We are celebrating Lupus Awareness Month. We are getting loud about lupus, and we just want to celebrate the warriors. It doesn't seem like it should be celebrated, but it should, because you are a warrior. And I thank you for fighting, and I want you to keep fighting. Don't stop fighting, and don't stop sharing your story. I love you. I love you too. I love you. I love you. All right. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Join me next time right here on the CharlieB Podcast. CharlieB out. Oh.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show. You can also like my page on Facebook at the CharlieB Podcast. Now, before you get out of the car and go to whatever is next, take a deep breath and remember, this is what you were created for. God gave you a different kind of strength, and whatever it is, you've got this. So again, thanks for tuning in. Really, you didn't have to, but I'm so glad that you did. Join me next time right here on the CharlieB Podcast.